I'm Shariff Bishai. I work outside of Detroit, Michigan. I'm an orthopedic surgeon, primarily shoulder and sports medicine. The best part about being an orthopedic surgeon is helping people. It's one of those attributes that comes with the job, but you really don't appreciate it until you see that patient come back with that smile on their face, or with the ability to do something they couldn't do, and restoring their lifestyle. One of the things we want as surgeons is the ability to learn at any given time. COVID changed a lot of things. It made us a lot more sedentary. We don't want to travel as much. We don't want to go to these national labs or national courses. And the problem with that is, well, then how do I learn? So if there's a way that I can do it at home, app-based, VR-based, and still have a community within that VR area and be able to learn and be able to share ideas, that would be great. So that's really what's happened over the last few years. And I think COVID has really sped this process up of the ability to learn in different ways, including through the internet and whatnot. So with PrecisionOS, I think the vision is great of education. And I think that we haven't even really scratched the surface of what it's capable of. I think the community of orthopedic surgeons is small, but with a metaverse and the ability to do this online through VR is going to make it even more intimate and more accessible for many. So if I have an idea or somebody else has an idea, there's probably a few of us that want to do the same thing. And in this community, through VR, through what we are capable of even at present, and it's only going to get better with PrecisionOS, is going to be very helpful for education. The three key advantages of VR training is, number one, safety. I think to allow younger surgeons to be able to do more is going to be really helpful. I think it's going to be better for the patients in the long run, as they're going to be more understanding of the cases and their ability to do them safely. Number two, accessibility. So I can do it whenever I want. If I'm, after the kids go to bed and I want to maybe do some learning, I can. And then I think to really shrink the population of surgeons that are working. And what I mean by that is I can be working with somebody on the other side of the planet at any given time once we set this up through the metaverse. I think with the curriculum, and I sit on a couple different committees regarding core curriculum for residencies, and there's certain bullet points that we have to teach. And so to have this core curriculum that also includes VR with its own core curriculum is wonderful. I think it means that we're going to be teaching the same thing to all residents that are coming out to practice. So we're going to be able to manage what they learn, knowing that they're learning what they need to learn, and do it in a way that's safe and accessible and very timely. I think the days of starting a case where, we say, did you read for the case? Reading's great. I still think that there's definitely a place for that. But when there's also a component where, have you done the case? That's going to be the new norm. I'm going to ask that resident or fellow the next day, did you do the case last night? They'll say, yeah, I got on VR. I used the system. I know the order of sequence of what we're doing today. So I think it's going to be a new way of learning. I think it's going to be a new approach. And I think the way that we use technology, even like all of us have a phone strapped to our hand or in our pocket at any given time. So why would technology also be the new way we learn? So if I could go back and speak for myself, I would say keep learning, because I think everything evolves. And in order to evolve, we have to keep learning. And that's, I think, where even PrecisionOS comes in. That if you had told me in the late 1990s, early 2000s when I was training that we would be doing virtual reality, first of all, I probably wouldn't have understood what that even meant. But more importantly, I would have thought to myself, wow, that's really amazing that we'll be able to do this in the future. And so by continuing to learn and even adapting on how we learn, I think that's the most important thing, because things continue to evolve. And if you don't evolve, then you can remain stagnant. We want to learn the latest and greatest new techniques. And this is one of them. Being involved with PrecisionOS has been great. I think we're just at the infancy of what it's capable of. I'm excited to see what the next few years, including the next decade, a couple decades, and what this turns into. I think we are just going to be fascinated with the ability. I think PrecisionOS, who knows, maybe we operate on somebody on the other side of the world using VR, besides just learning from it.